So this has sparked up a bunch of stuff, and to be honest, it's idiotic as crap. So pretty much the whole system here is that if you buy any digital content on your account after March 2026 update, and you do not have access to the internet or the servers of PlayStation Network, after 30 days, your digital content will no longer be playable. You will have to connect to the servers when I say servers, I mean PlayStation Network servers, and connect to the internet in order to play your digital content anymore. Now, we saw this on Spawnwave YouTube channel where he actually took a PS5 Pro. He removed the CMOS battery, which is pretty easy with the PS5 Pro, and went back on, and what he realized was the two games he just downloaded digitally, they were no longer accessible. It literally said the license has expired. So I'm not sure why they're doing this, other than they're just trying to really tick off a lot of people. But I think my logical reasoning would be they're doing this to avoid piracy and avoid any issue like that. But it's just frustrating as all get out. So someone contacted what's it called? Sony here, and it's Fat Kid's deal, but they didn't actually do it. It's this dude right here, I believe. I don't know what his name is. I'll leave a link below to this post, but this is the original guy, I believe. Or maybe he just made a TikTok of it. I'm not sure, but it says, thank you for your interest on the 30-day timer that is being applied to all new purchases. Affected content games purchased digitally after March 2026 update. Offline functionality. If the console does not connect to the internet within 30 days, the license expires and the game may refuse to launch until connection is restored. Primary connection restriction. Setting a console primary does not bypass the 30-day requirement. The 30-day period is a valid period. The count restrictions or anything. So, again, it's stupid. It honestly is stupid. Because the whole point of like the stop killing games movement, right, and all this stuff is that you can play a PS5 offline, no internet connection, any game you want, as long as you have it on your account, you bought it on your account, you have it on your console, you could play it no matter what. Not the case anymore, which again just kind of kills the whole concept of longevity, because eventually that said game you're playing, if it's digital, eventually it's no longer going to be accessible, because eventually the license might just get revoked and you can no longer play the game. So it's not like, hey, you bought this game, you can play it whenever you want, forever pretty much, because it's on your account. No, one day you might just log into your console and, well, no more. You can't play that game anymore. Which we see this all the time with streaming services, with like they can remove certain movies or TV shows left, right, and center, or even episodes, and it just happens. Even if you own it, again, the word owned in 2026 does a lot of heavy lifting. You own nothing and you accept it all. But even if you bought the license to rent the item, I guess you could call it at this point, they can just revoke that at any time they want. Like, you could say, hey, I'm going to buy this, I don't know, episode 5 of Drake and Josh, right? And the next day they could say, oh, you know what? Episode 5 is actually, like, we don't like it anymore because we feel like there's jokes in there that's just offensive nowadays. So we're going to just take it off. And you're like, well, I just bought it yesterday. And then they're like, oh, well, it's unfortunate. You probably shouldn't have done that. You're not getting a refund. We're just going to tell you that you're no longer able to access that. Even though you didn't watch it and you spent your money, doesn't matter. That's the problem with this stuff, is at any time a game studio goes under or has problems or whatever, servers go down, and if Sony's like, hey, listen, that game studio we now have beef with because of whatever the case happened, we're going to remove all their games from our servers, from our network, you're fluffed. You're crapped out of luck. And it is what it is. So, that's why, again, there's so much anger from this, because it's like you buy something, you get nothing. That's pretty much all it is. Now, of course, you got a physical copy. According to the Spyway video, he did test a physical copy. It looks like a physical copy is fine. So long as you got a physical copy, you're good. But any digital games you have on your PlayStation, PS5, PS4, PlayStation account, you're pretty much just, you have them until Sony says you no longer have them. And then once Sony says you no longer have them, you just don't have them anymore. And if you don't turn your console on within 30 days, well, you kind of crapped out of luck, because you better have an internet connection, or else all those games you had, you no longer have them because you didn't connect to the internet within 30 days. Stupid stuff, I feel like. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is like a good thing. No, it's not. I refuse. A lot of times when I do these videos, I try to look at things kind of optimistically, like, is this really that big of a deal? This is a big deal because it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid to be stupid. That's really all this is at this point. So I can't even look at this optimistically. It makes no sense to me that this is a thing, other than, again, like I said, maybe piracy. They're trying to stop piracy from happening, and maybe people are going ahead and, pirating games. And this way, when it does connect to the internet, because when you pirate, okay. I'm not saying I do, but I'm saying the people who do it, right? They do it. Sorry, my bad. The people who do it, based on what I'm saying, they have to have their console offline for PS5 hacking stuff. They have to have the PS5 offline. Because they have the PS5 offline, then they're able to do that stuff. They can't have it go online. That's the biggest thing with the hacking scene with PlayStation. It's a PS5. If you hack your PS5 and you do all that kind of stuffy stuff, then you can't go online. That's the whole point. So this right here, I think, is what kind of makes it so, it works out in the end, right? It works out for Sony, because they're like, hey, you can't hack your PS5 then, because you can't go online. And if you go online, you can't access your games. In reality, I think the people who are hacking their PS5s, I don't think they're trying to download games from their account that they want to play. That's all I'll say. I don't think that they're planning to be like, yeah, we're going to play PS5 on PS5. Anyway, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Sony's getting a lot of crap for this, but listen, they've been getting a lot of crap over the last couple months between this and the dynamic pricing they do now. It is what it is. See you guys next one. Peace out.